weird cardboard box in your entryway.
Oh,
you have a flat. Did you get a special? It looks like you got a special package and it got deflated up there and behind you.
I'm actually moving out, so my place is a fucking mess.
When are you moving? I hope you get your package before you move.
Oh, I move April 31st, so.
Oh, good. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Hey,
You're already packing?
Well, my lease is up in April. Like, my lease is up, and I just gotta be I gotta be like a road comic. I'm just gonna go down to like Texas and.
You got the corona, you're wiping your face. You got the fever, you okay?
I actually did a bunch of Molly like a couple hours ago, so that's why I'm a little sweaty.
You are so cool. You are so cool.
This is the only show I have for like ever, so I'm just I'm doing a bunch of old material. That's why I'm dressed up like a professional today.
You got the tie, you got all that's very, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Excited. So okay. What's in the ball? Is that your hamster? That's your gerbil in the ball?
How do you see all this? These are surprises. I got my own opener today. My gerbil wants to do a little bit of stand up, so
if you can translate for your gerbil, that's an impressive skill.
Oh no, he got it. He's been practicing all month, you know. He's really dedicated.
Badass.
So,
is it just the three of us? Willie Wan Johnson's in here too, right?
I am here. Yes.
Oh, there he is. Hi. Yay.
So we're going to go live at 7. We're actually live now, but I'm hoping people won't, pay any attention. If you look in the chat window of Zoom, there is a link right now is a YouTube link. If you would very kindly copy that and post that to your social media, that's where people can see you right now and for the rest of the show.
That's the link. Let's see. It's in the chat.
No, where's that to be found again?
In the chat window.
I'm also like, what's the chat window?
Right.
Really, you'll see a thing flashing, an orange flashing thing at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, I got it. I got a bunch of people that wanted to tune in and watch, so should have an audience.
So
yeah.
this'll do it.
I'm excited.
I've got a laugh track all queued up for us.
Hell yeah.
What's the what?
What does your hat say?
Oh, it's from, what's it called? It's from Comedy Baseball, which is this thing that the Sylvans do. And it's at Piano Fight, except it's obviously not anymore because Piano Fight doesn't exist right now. But it's like improv games and everyone has teams. And every year Mutiny Radio just gets trounced. I suck at improv. I suck so badly. And so it's really fun. It's stuff like the audience chooses 7 different topics and then people take some away and then you pitch something at someone and they don't know what they're going to get and you've got to answer it and then the audience laughs or they don't. And then they press a button on this algorithm and it plays like a little analog baseball game behind you. It's weird. It's super fun.
That's just weird as fuck. I love comedy.
It's weird as fuck and it sucks because it's all improv and it's just say words is like there.
You ever heard of Comedy Sports?
Comedy Sports. There's probably something like that though.
Yeah, it's like in Chicago. I don't know why. It's like it gets so much marketing and shit around the city. It's like on buses and shit.
Ooh, they've got money.
For
Yay.
improv too. It's so weird.
People love improv.
Oh yeah.
I guess.
I fucking love it. People hate stand-up. Jesus Christ. You book like a stand-up show, you have, like so many Laugh Factory comics, they don't want to come out, but then you book like some college improv troupe and they bring all their friends. It's like 60 people.
Well, I think it's also like an audience likes the idea that it's all being made up on the spot as opposed to
they're connected and shit.
Like how's your script going actually, by the way? How's your one-man show for Fringe that isn't happening? Fringe, no Fringe, but you're still writing your show, right?
Canceled, yeah. Fringe just got canceled, which sucks. I'm still moving to England though, so
wow.
No. Why? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I want to study more comedy, dude. I'm a student of comedy here in Chicago. I go to Columbia. I study comedy at college, and there's another
you're not a
college
student
in
of
England
anything.
that has comedy.
You are
I
not a
love
student.
fringe shows. I love narrative
No,
comedy. I want to
no.
learn more.
Fringe is that thing on your lip because he's not fucking grown up enough to be a mustache.
You don't need to be threatened. You don't need to feel threatened.
Threatened?
You feel threatened.
I've got underwear in rotation that's got laid more than you, Sunshine.
Don't worry about it. I got enough chins for both of us. I got a cleft. I got more chin on my chin than you have on your entire body.
Sweetheart, I got 200 pounds and 55 women on you. That's not
55-year-old women. I don't fucking.
Ooh.
50.
I'll have you know, Mrs. Garside only just turned 40 and we're not telling anyone about it. That's although she is going to have a shave soon. And I'm not. Oh shit! This is live. So John, behave yourself. Oh, I'm getting divorced now.
I'm using the laugh track. Don't worry.
No, yeah, but I'm talking about the YouTube link that everyone can see now.
Oh.
So we're live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube until the real show.
We're live on Mutiny Radio too. So I'll just keep putting that laugh track in. There it goes.
My hair needs cutting. I've reached that Jeffrey Dahmer look.
There, I've got music up too.
Sweaty, sweaty.
Yeah, excuse me. Oh, there's that. I'm getting texts. It's burped into the microphone. I'm a heartless monster. Yay. We're just to keep the audio going. We're at mutinyradio.fm. I'm gonna bring some more cold order because why not?
So you go. I wasn't going to repeat the jokes I did last time, but just for you and going to England, I will do the English jokes.
Hell yeah!
Just for you.
Football, love. Absolutely brilliant.
You want to get laid or murdered when you're over there?
Clownery, love. Just a bit of clownery.
When are you moving to England? You're doing like a semester abroad or something?
No, I'm just transferring fully.
Oh wow.
It's always been like a dream of mine to live abroad, and I mean, like, it's cheaper than American school, so this is the time to do it. And I'm young and I'm in Chicago. I mean, my comedy career hasn't started until I kind of moved to some place big and set roots down. So I figure I might as well now.
Yeah, because no one's ever been successful coming out of Chicago.
No, lots of people have.
What was John Candy thinking? Fuck me.
He's right though. When you gotta move somewhere, like when you start. I mean, Aaron started so young that he's started, and now he has to move somewhere else and then move back, and then we'll see.
No, I mean, I just figured that like I'm growing as a comedian. Like I don't think I'm where I want to be at. I mean, I'm growing, so I might as well, while don't need to settle down any place and do a career.
When you say you're not where you want to be at, you look like you're in a predator's basement.
In my lime green studio. This shit is the ultimate bachelor pad. It's lime green. I wanted a green room and I fucking chose tennis ball.
And you have a huge mirror on your wall behind you. That's sexy.
It's gross. I get to watch myself fucking nod out at 3 a.m.
That's just a lovely thought. Just you and all the other Harry Potter wannabes.
There's no room for an owl in that green room.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, most of us go on the road.
The rest of the boys are fucked up and on some chat over here. They can't figure out what to do. They can't figure it out.
They're not. I'm going to put the invite in there again for them because, they're special.
It's at the top of the thing.
Yeah, I'll put it in right now for them.
They can't figure it out.
I'm sorry if that came off as aggressive.
Someone was using the F word.
I'm on shrooms, really? I thought last week was bad. This week we're going to excel ourselves.
I have shrooms in my bag. I have acid in my bag too. Shall we get crazy? I can't stare at a screen on acid. That's not going to work. I just heard a ding ding. That means someone else is trying to figure it out.
All right. So
But I find it amazing that I'm the Luddite of the group, and I figured this the fuck out. Like, come on, and we're plugged into the board too. So I feel like a champion.
all right.
Yeah.
Willie, you want to be first up?
Whatever you as the producer wants, I will do.
Producer, just the guy that can work a keyboard. All right. Willie, you're first. Aaron, you're closing because you've fucking got an attitude about you. So you can
Headlining, you mean?
you can headline.
Headlining Aaron Atkins out of Chicago.
Ernest is going to be second because he turned up. Which is Ernest the same thing as Pancake, or is that a different person?
No, they're different people.
All
Ernest
right.
Evangelista is his own. Actually, if you think about Pancake and Ernest Evangelista, they're probably polar opposites. Like, if you could imagine. Yeah. You've never met Ernest Evangelista? I'm surprised at that.
You know what? I didn't. The only person I knew on the thing was.
Oh, I see Quigley. Quiggles is in. Look at that.
Here we go.
Oh, yay! Kevin Quigley, yay! Yay!
Aaron Atkins hasn't gotten a haircut yet.
Your head shrunk.
Did you get a new guitar, Aaron?
Fuck no.
You never got your guitar back on. So sorry.
No, give it to the city.
I know you didn't mean that to be antagonizing, but it kind of sounded antagonizing accidentally.
No, I felt really bad, but you know what? Got to give it to the universe. Give it up.
All right, boys and girls, all the
Hopefully it was stolen by a homeless guy who knew how to play guitar.
Probably not, but it's in a pawn store somewhere, probably.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know.
All right, boys and
Maybe he
girls,
bought some hand sanitizer.
Pay a lot for it.
we're going to start. So I'm going to mute you.
Ernest Evangelista, yay! He's super close to
Hello.
the camera.
Oh, he's gonna look at
Wow.
He's got a very nice
That's a
mustache.
jazz concert. Here's some jazz.
All right, so everyone that's here, and then if you're not here, I'm going to do this through the Zoom chat. And Rick, I see Rick is there as well. So here's how this works, people. I'm going to do a 2-minute intro, and then I'm going to bring you all up individually just to say hi, because it's a slightly different format. And then I'm going to do the regular host setup. I'll do about 6. Then I'll bring up the first person, which will be Willie. What bringing up means in this context is that if you're not performing, you're on mute, because it's who's talking that decides what goes out onto YouTube.
Will
Okay?
we still be like visible?
They can see you on YouTube, but only the person that's talking. So right now it's my fat face. When you said visible, it was you. Okay?
Not bad.
Well, that's very kind of you. The first person would be Willie.
Well, I mean, in this day and age, we got to distinguish, because some people are so fat to have. Risk.
Crucially, if you've got the YouTube link running in the background, mute it, because otherwise you'll get an echo. And there will be a light, and it'll be me with a light, just for tradition. And there we go. So.
Hell yeah! And I've got music and a laugh track behind us too for the audio on Mutiny. But you know.
Perfect. All right. So and I'll use the chat window. You can chat if you've got any questions. Ask them either on Facebook Messenger or in the Zoom chat, because I can see both of them. All right. I'm going to mute you all and then bring you up in a minute to say hi. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I even have to mute the beautiful Miss Benjamin. There we go. So, well, good evening. Welcome to the comedy, the Mutiny Radio Comedy Bunker. Here we are in week 3 of shelter at home, lockdown. It's crazy out there. The lines for weed and guns couldn't be longer. At this point, California said, "Fuck it, we don't need toilet paper. We need ammo." I don't know if you've ever wiped your ass with 12 gauge shot, but I'm going to be honest with you. I did 14 years in a British boys boarding school. I kind of like it. It reminds me of the old days. We got a lot of locals tuning in tonight, so let's look at what you've missed so far. Today would have been opening day. The Giants could have lost a game already. There's so much to look forward to. It's having a profound effect. It's changing everything. There's a lot of good coming out of this situation of shelter at home. We didn't know how we were going to stop the spread of drug-resistant gonorrhea in Oakland, but God damn it, we found a way. We now, if we can just stop the people of Tracy, just stop them. I think will be where I go with on this one. My name is John Garside, also known as Big British John. We have got a fantastic lineup for you tonight, and so I'm going to bring them up one at a time just to say hi, and then we'll get on the show. So first this evening, because he's not muted, is Nathan Lowe. Say hi to your audience, Nathan.
Oh, hi everybody. How's it going? This is strange. This is my first time doing one of these, but I'm prepared. I am alcoholically prepared for this.
Also here tonight, we have all the way across the internet from, I'm not sure, it's either Harry Potter's dungeon or Chicago. It's Aaron Atkins.
Hello, I'm Aaron Atkins here in my lime green studio apartment. The dream.
And also tonight, direct from Giant Stadium, where he is letting us know exactly what nobody missed. It's Kevin Quigley.
This was Fenway Park.
Oh, this is Fenway. I'm sorry,
I was trying to indicate what part of the country I'm reporting from.
Oh,
But here, here's a background that might be more familiar to you.
that's. I think that's Aaron's summer house.
Aaron's summer house. His family, they were on the plane. They were there with Bill and Hillary and the Prince Andrew. Hi guys, it's Kevin. It's me. Israel created this virus. Okay, that's all.
I agree with that.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Also tonight we've got Ernest.
Hello. Hi.
Good to see you. And guys, I'm controlling your audio, so you don't need to. Also tonight we have got Rick Sanchez.
It's Pancake.
Oh, Pancake. I'm sorry, Pancake. It just says Rick Sanchez on here. I know you.
Yeah.
We've given out your real name.
It's fine either way. Pancake.
And it wouldn't be Mutiny Radio without the goddess of the mission herself, Miss Pam Benjamin.
Oh, you're too sweet, John. Thank you. And Rick Sanchez is the Rick Sanchez thing. It's about Rick and Morty. Do you not know Rick and Morty? That's what he's doing an homage to there with Rick Sanchez.
I'm sorry.
You don't know what that is?
I
This is exciting though, because in this time of lockdown, you actually have something exciting to do. You have 4 seasons of Rick and Morty to watch. And what a joy and wonderment that is, that you have a future ahead of you. You have many, many hours of joy and happiness because you haven't watched Rick and Morty yet. So I encourage you to do that after this.
I might finally understand the Pringles commercial from
Yes.
That's
like that special episode. That's like the 7th episode of the 4th season. That was just that little commercial. It's really funny stuff. You should watch it. Okay, yeah, but comedy, yay, Mutiny Radio.
Yeah, and also tonight we have got Willie Juan Johnson.
Hi, this is Willie Juan Johnson from Salt Lake City. What a great honor to be with all of you hilarious people. You've already got me laughing.
Oh, Willie, you're too kind. How is it in Salt Lake City?
Very quiet, very quiet. No traffic, obedient Latter-day Saints trying to beat this virus.
Is it true the magic underwear stops the virus?
No, but it has been known to save men from committing adultery on their good and faithful wife.
But not their boyfriends.
Yeah, that's not really too big here.
All right, thank you, Willie. Well, look, we've got a great show lined up for you tonight. Pancake, you don't have to cross yourself. This isn't going to be the same religious experience you're expecting. It's been look, it's been a weird week. I think we can all agree this isn't the week we were expecting it at the beginning of last month. But for all you Trump supporters, and I don't get to vote. I get to pay taxes. I got a wife that can have me deported instead of divorced. But is this what you meant by winning when more people have died? Just want to say with all sincerity, a big thank you to all the people on the front line and the emergency service workers, the nurses, the doctors. Help right now, the guy bagging groceries at Trader Joe's. You're doing something that, frankly, I'm not prepared to do. Because I got a father-in-law who's elderly. He might actually be Willie's granddad. But it's huge thanks to you. That said, if you are one of those people that does believe that this is a hoax, I'm with you. I believe you too. Would you please go to Costco for me and pick up some toilet paper? That'd be awesome. I'll happily pay your gas, because right now gas is so cheap it's pissing off the electric car people. That has to be a good thing. Now it's an interesting world that we live in right now. I don't try not to do the Great America stuff again, but fuck it, we're in this hole. One. Why did you want to be great again? What was it? I'm from a great country. We've had it in the name for like 2,000 years. What is it that we had that you wanted so badly? I mean, we were great. We put Great Britain so people wouldn't fuck with us. But we killed people, not our own. It was like a policy, Ooh, that's a nice plantation. We'll have that. Those were the good British days. I have an American wife and an anchor baby, just in case it doesn't work out. I'm blessed to live in California, which for the first time is being considered one of the more sensible places to live. That's not happened for a while. I don't think we're going to see Alabama legalizing weed anytime soon. It's just, there's so many more interesting ways to get an abortion in Alabama. It's a crazy world we live in. Aaron, our lovely who's headlining tonight, he's actually moving to London. Aaron, I know you're muted, but I got to tell you, just a heads up, Jimi Hendrix died in London, and it was not a good death. He choked to death on a British woman. That's how hairy they are. I got to tell you, Aaron, it's not easy with the ladies. I'm lucky. I was raised on a farm. I know how to shave a sheep, but you're gonna be prepared, my friend. It's tough over there. It really is. And there's so many similarities that you think were there, which actually aren't. Like food. Okay, everyone imagines that we boil everything, including the fish and chips. And yet, how many times do you see Gordon Ramsay on TV over here? Nothing to actually do with food. That's just us teaching you all how to swear properly. Because Sharon, there's a right way and a wrong way to slap a fucking chicken. Now, when you swear as a British person, it's a form of grammar. It's so I love you, or your mom, depending on the circumstances. No, you got a lot to learn when you're over there, Aaron. Hey, good news, Aaron. I'm guessing if Pam booked you on the show, that means you must have been here at the Mutiny festival recently. In which point, hopefully, you had some good Mexican food while you're here. We took you to Lavix, or hey, Pam, let me bring you in here. What's the really good
across the street?
Yeah, what's that one called?
Yeah. It's called Doña Terrace, or the one around the corner was El Matate. Both very excellent.
Both very good. And I'm not fat by accident. I worked on this. This isn't roast beef. This is al pastor. No, but don't worry, Aaron. When you go to London soon, there's a Chipotle because America couldn't even get that fucking right. Instead of sending Levix and orange sauce, no, you sent poisonous pork burritos. It's some kind of revenge proxy. Foods a lot of people might. I mean, I went to boarding school. I was in the military and intelligence. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you're in those situations like now, you look forward to food. You're like, oh my god, my day is so boring, but I'm gonna be having an amazing lunch. Hats off to whoever suggested it, but bacon and eggs are both in. Was it bacon and eggs are both in carbonara? So now that's breakfast, and I'm with you. I think that's a fantastic idea. But seriously, you got to look at what's happening here. I'm pre-diabetic. I'm on a weight plan to make sure I don't actually become diabetic, or as they call it, American citizenship. But here, the Chinese with their noodles, the Italians with pasta, they failed. So coronavirus was the next plan to take over the world. That's the kind of shit that the British come up with. In our case, it was more fun. It was syphilis. But anyway, this is going to be an interesting show. It's going to be fun. I'm so glad we actually have an audience live on YouTube because you had choices tonight. You could have been watching the new Tiger thing. Or how did a show like that? I would love to have been in the Netflix office. So tell me about your idea. Well, he's a gay polygamist. His husband's got 3 teeth. There's a lady in a cage and someone dies. All right, but you thought of writing a script? We just figured it would tell itself. That's where we're at. These are desperate times. The pandemic is doing crazy things. But we're going to do comedy tonight. So thanks for coming on. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for being part of it. It is my honor to introduce everybody's favorite grandpa, all the way from Salt Lake City via the intertubes. Give it up for Willie.
It's great to be here tonight. My name is Willie, but I also answer to Gandalf or Moses. You know, I got my 23andMe family DNA history results back this week. Got some really good news. I'm white. I guess that was worth $79. Recently, we had a situation up here in Utah of a woman who was showing her breasts. I'm setting my timer here. Never mind. She was showing her breasts to her children, and she was charged in court. And the ACLU went down there and they were claiming that this was illegal discrimination because male breasts are the same as female breasts. But everybody up here thought, well, we know that's not true because all of us drove around all summer past these construction sites that were filled with shirtless construction workers. And not once did we see a gaggle of people on the street, bunch of gawkers, looking at that construction site going, hey, check out the knockers on Luis. Or check out that rack on Jose. There's a number of good things that have been going on with the coronavirus thing. There's been a number of positives. One thing is there have been no mass shootings since the coronavirus started. And so immediately we have to say to ourselves, well, we all know the real reason why people become mass shooters. It's because they don't have a girlfriend. So what can we do as community members to solve this problem? What kind of advice do we give to these shooters? Well, it's make a lot of money and quit acting like a nerd. Because a woman can overlook a lot if the money's there. Like you'll have a young lady and her friends will say, well, what about his face that got ripped off during that backhoe accident? And she's going, oh, he's just so cute. I just love him so much. There's been a lot of harsh language out there in society, especially against women. This new terminology, hoe, I'm hearing that all the time. The gang members and the rappers like Conway West, they're always saying this. And I'm completely against it because I'm currently dating a Navajo. Some of you guys have probably noticed that I'm sort of advanced in years, so I have the opportunity to share a few things with you about what you have to look forward to. When you're young, like Pancake there, who's hilarious, by the way, doing the cross. When you're young, like Pancake, you know, it's mostly about getting a hot girlfriend and a good car. And then later on, it's about, oh, you just want to have a nice house for your family. But when you get old, the only thing you really care about is that full and complete bowel movement. That is what all of the elderly people care about most, even though they won't admit it. There's been other good things that have happened because of the virus. People have started to focus on things that are important now. Like, no one now can even remember who Cody O'Brien is. I mean, the super great football player died in a tragic helicopter crash, and no one can even remember who Cody O'Brien is. Can you believe that? Some other good things that have happened. The women folk have started making tasty and nutritious meals again after 35 years. We've even got the hardcore feminist activists puttering around at home baking bread, being just as happy as they can be. And the number of God-believing people in the United States has skyrocketed all the way to nearly 9%. That's certainly going to save everyone from the wrath of God. We've also got the bars are all closed. That's a whole different story. Because of the fact that everybody's confined now, a lot of these men are masturbating all the time. There's this masturbation epidemic going on because, according to what the news says. Now, in the old days, you could overcome that kind of problem by prayer and fasting. But now, with the internet, forget it. It's too hard. This is what you do. You go to YouTube and put on that continuous loop tape of Hillary Clinton saying, I don't want any man telling me what to do. Now, if that doesn't work, you just clear your mind and visualize old Bill giving it to Hillary back at that New York retirement mansion they're living in. That will cure the problem every single time. I think I may have run out of time here. Now I've got to double check because I don't want to do anything. Okay, it sounds like I have one more joke to go here. My prepper neighbor, he's really ready for all of this. He's got everything. And he's trying to black market to make money now. He's selling tampons for $20 each. 40 for a fresh one. Can you believe that? This guy is extremely bad and dangerous. Thank you, San Francisco. it's great to have an opportunity to interact with you folks.
Oh, hey, thanks, Willie. Thank you for thanks for coming out tonight. I mean, technically not coming out, but we're grateful all the same. Oh, yeah, it's different doing comedy shows like this. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it's different. We're truly blessed that Willie's alive because he didn't know he was going to wake up this morning. That's the same most days. I'm guessing. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the wrong time to get a drink from the refrigerator. We've got a fantastic comedian for you. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ernest.
My mic again. Okay. Hey guys, how you doing? John, Garside, and Willie, Juan Johnson, and Pan Benjamin. I'm gonna tell you why I think I should win this interview job because I'm broke right now. I have no money. I live in a cave. I don't know if like it doesn't. I don't care about going outside because outside is more toxic. I live in an ocean cave in Baker Beach next to the Grand Princess. It's really nice. They have like happy hour at 7 o'clock, which I'm missing right now, but it's okay. I'm gonna tell you about a story about the time I was caught. You guys ever got caught masturbating by a family member before? You guys ever got caught jerking off by a dead family members' ghosts before? You know, you ever was like jerking off in the same house that your grandma died in, and you got really scared and really horny, and you're jerking off to a Maxim magazine, and then out of nowhere you see the ghost of your dead grandma off in the distance, and you come a little bit, but that's out of fear. You ever get scared and come a little bit like like, and then like a little cum tear came out, and you had a little cum tear. Your dick looked like a crying emoji face on your iPhone, and then you're like, oh my god, it's a ghost and stuff. And but the scary thing about it, it wasn't even the ghost of my dead grandma who got me jerking off. It was actually my live Filipino grandma who caught me jerking off. And then she took her belt out and is spanking me, and she's Filipino. She's like, started spanking me and whipping me for like a BDSM slave minute. I don't know how many weird fetishes developed that night. But now I like to go to the Folsom Street Fair. You guys ever been to the Folsom Street Fair? You could catch me getting spanked by my grandma every year. Actually, not this year. Coronavirus stopped that. You can't even BDSM anymore. Speaking of my dead grandma, you guys, like, honestly, I have all my grandmas are dead. So I'm not scared of the coronavirus. Both grandparents are dead. Everyone's dead. But one of the last things that my grandma did right before she died in 2017 was vote for Donald Trump. And honestly, like, I was like, Grandma, you're dying of pneumonia. This is before coronavirus. So she's like, you're dying of pneumonia. And I'm like, why did you vote for Trump, Grandma? Don't you know we can't pay your health care? There's no more Obama. He's gone. And she's like, yeah, that's why I voted for him. I wanted to die. First off, you're a horrible grandson. And yeah, I like white people. You ever have a racist grandma? Okay. I'm not talking to you, Juan Willie. Juan Willie Johnson just left. Okay, everyone's gone. Is Pancake still around? Pancake, you son of a fucking bitch. Okay. So yeah. What else happened? I'm gonna tell you about my uncle. My uncle right now is murdering people in the Philippines. You guys ever have an uncle murder people? Are you guys related to any murderers? Shout out to the murderers in your family. My uncle right now is currently killing people who disobey quarantine. You ever just like see people walking around on bikes and you're like, I wish I could just shoot them. In the Philippines, you could do that. You could just shoot people who are on curfew, like that annoying freaking runner. I'm talking to you, Nathan, that annoying runner that runs around your house. You could just shoot that guy in the Philippines. It's pretty great. I mean, honestly, it's pretty good in the Philippines right now. Like, since everyone's a nurse, you're like, your mom and your dad's a nurse. The only problem is there's no food. There's no food. You can't eat. So yeah, you're gonna be sick and you're gonna be like healthy and stuff, but you're gonna start eating people. That's the only problem. But you could shoot the people who are outside, and then you could eat them. I'm hungry. Is it okay? Hey, Pancake, you hungry? You want to get something to eat? Nah. Do you eat pancakes? Pancake, right? Pancakes suck. Like, they're just like, at first it's good, but then you're like, this isn't really good, and I can't cook. I'm gonna. You guys ever tried to wipe your ass with a pancake before? It's pretty nice. It's pretty. And then you try to feed it to like your cousins, saying like, "Oh no, that's Nutella. It's Nutella pancakes. It's a crepe pancake." Okay. So, are you guys running out of toilet paper yet? Anybody? Is anyone? That's the thing about this Zoom mic. It's like you can't get a response. I'm just trying to read
Fully
Aaron
on
Eck's
toilet
face
paper.
right now. It looks like, is that the Tiger King behind you? Whose nipple is that behind you? Angelina Jolie?
Jolie's Billy Bob tattoo.
I knew it. That's like incest goals, isn't it? Or like
What?
no, that Billy Bob and Angelina aren't related. She fucked her other brother who was weird. Okay. Incest goals. You guys ever had incest goals? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know who's pretty good at incest girls? Donald Trump. I don't know. Became the president. You know, I used to do this joke before he became president about Donald Trump, like in 2015. I was like, hey, what was it? Like, it's like, did you guys hear that Donald Trump said this about his daughter Ivanka? Like, if his daughter Ivanka wasn't his daughter, she'll probably be his girlfriend, which means Donald Trump wants to fuck his daughter. And I bet someone was like, hey, Donald Trump, you can't fuck your daughter. That's incest. The only way you could do that is if you became president of the United States and then made incest legal. And he was like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to become president of the United States, then make incest legal and marry my daughter. And then it happened. It happened in 2016. Jokes have power. They end up becoming true. I used to have this joke about the coronavirus of like everyone dying and we have to do comedy illegally since we can't go outside. Now it's true. Now it's true. And martial law is here and I'm stuck here. I haven't showered in a while. Okay. Maybe I should go with another story. Did I tell you about my uncle who killed people? Did I ever tell you? I told you about that, right? My uncle Butch Bellica. You could look this up. There was a 1993 movie. It was called the Butch Bellica story. And it was my uncle. He was the head of the Bahala Na gang. That's a prison gang in the Philippines. He killed people at the age of 16, like the rapper TK. Went to jail, and then he found God in jail, and then he got a pardon out of jail, and then he became a pastor and wrote a book, and then he got me free Pacquiao fight tickets. Was really cool. I got to watch Bradley 2 and Morales 2 in Vegas.
I'm pretty sure
Then
there's a
he started
punchline
killing more people.
Right? I gotta say, I read about your uncle. My name's Aaron Atkins. I live in Chicago. I'm moving to London, and I thought he was a bit queer. I think a few people told us about what he did in prison, what he did to other people. And speaking as Aaron, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give it up for Ernest. He's been fantastic. I think when people ask how much Molly can you do and function as a human being, not as much as Ernest. Thank you, Ernest. You've been fantastic. It's going almost as bad as last week. We're getting, but maybe a little bit better, just a little bit better. So it is my privilege to bring up. I mean, everybody's talked about him. I have not had the privilege of meeting this comedian. But Pam has told me he is fantastic, that he is a talent. And so you are going to find out while I do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mic, Pancake.
Oh no. I didn't know I was up. Oh boy. Okay. Can I get Nathan unmuted? I just want his reactions when I do this. Okay. For every time I wash my booty, there should be 3 kids put through Hell Week. Similarly, if you find yourself out in the wilderness with no toilet paper, just remember what you did in March of 2020.
What's the matter?
Do you ever get the creeping suspicion that all the ladies I've ever liked wanted me to say something, but I was too in my head to let myself say anything? I've been turned down, and I guess it messed me up. I didn't even say anything, and the girl I liked said, no thanks. That's what I'm saying to the rest of that thought. When was the last time you stumbled? No. These are not my regular things. I didn't know I was gonna be on this. I didn't ask to be on, so I'll just muddle through here. I'll keep an eye on the clock, and I like it when I can't get to the bathroom in time and I dive for the bathtub ass first. 2 minutes later, and the grumbling is gone, and the noise coming from my roommates stops. Is there anything like staying single because no one wants you that way? Maybe something along the lines of being called to the office right before recess because your grandma just died. Who wants to get some coke and start a business? Then who wants to smoke an eighth and blow our employees' pensions on a risky stock? When I was smaller, I had way more of a chance with girls. But now I have all this confidence and it's unwarranted. Oh, how I love the way bartenders are surprised when I say I'm single. Like, yeah, you have a chance, but you won't take a break from drinking to call me back in the morning. If I was a little bit taller, my weight would almost be appropriate. Am I right, Louis Anderson? Pavarotti? Ralphie May? Very seldom do I find the right shade of blue when looking for whole milk. These are all new, so if they don't land, it's okay. I always wanted to play in a brass band, but I never wanted Kylie Jenner lips. Could I, no, I can't run out now. Speaking of internet phone calls, when was the last time you talked to your grandpa? who distrusts the mailman, the one who stops sending $20 bills when you turn 9 years old. Okay, unmute everyone for this next bit. Okay.
Oh, you're back.
At the California Beach Boardwalk in the warm California sun. At the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in the warm California sun. Now I'm pointing the microphone at you.
I don't know the lyrics.
Okay. I'm gonna call it there.
Bobby, Bobby, share the secrets of my soul. Is that what I was supposed to say?
No.
Oh, Jesus. I got the wrong stuff.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That was Pancake. In answer to the question, how much more weed and Molly could he do than the other comic? The answer is a heroic quantity, and for that we are all genuinely grateful. This is fun. It is my pleasure to bring to her own microphone the effervescent spirit of the mission, the helper of lost comics, of lost virginities, the standard bearer of populism, nationalism, and democratic thought, the intellectual center of all that is South San Jose, the wonderful Pam Benjamin.
Yay, me, yay, yay. I've got this laugh track behind us that makes me funnier, or made all of us funnier. That's exciting. This is sad and depressing. No, this is wonderful. Thank you so much for putting this together. And it's been hard. As Willie Long Johnson was talking about, I've been baking. I've been barefoot in the kitchen, obviously not pregnant. I have an IUD. That's a copper pool sweeper in my uterus to keep out all the dead babies. There, I'll put my laugh track up for that. Yeah, so I've been baking a lot, and I've been thinking, I baked a bunch of cookies today. There's some in the mail to some of the boys. I was sort of hoping that, I didn't realize that Pancake worked and that Nathan was going to stay by the ocean. I was like, I thought they were going to come here, and I have all these cookies with weed in them. I'm very high. This coffee has weed in it. Everything has weed in it. I'm pretty weed centric at this point. I want to use my body the way God intended. I want to lactate, and I want to take that breast milk and make cheese out of it. And I smoke and eat so much marijuana that I can actually make TH cheese and save the vegans at the same time. It's 100% consent-based milk, so you're welcome. I have been thinking a lot about vegans since I've been baking in my house. Vegans eat bread, right? Do you know a vegan that eats bread? That's some hypocritical shit, man, right? Because I took a package of yeast this morning and it said on the outside, these are living organisms. And then I fed them, I made them be alive, and I fed them some sugar. And then I made them do my bidding without consent. I enslaved them to burp and fart into my bread dough and make it all fluffy. And then I turned on the oven and I murdered them all. Bread is some Nazi shit, bro. Like, I don't know about these vegans, but they're killing thousands and thousands of little organisms every time they eat a piece of bread. You hypocritical piles of dog shit. Yay, yay, bread. No, I've been thinking a lot about baking bread, and I've been watching a lot of Westworld. I don't know if anybody else watches Westworld, the smartest show ever on TV that ever TV'd. I've been thinking a lot about AI and how people and AI are combining together as one. And I'm hoping that someday I can use, I've never used my uterus, so I'd kind of like to just take it out and maybe put in some AI technology that's like a tiny little oven. Like maybe if a Fitbit can get together with AI and they can make a little uterine oven and then I can use my own yeast. And then I just put like flour in it. And then when I'm walking, it kneads the dough, right? And then I have, it's called a bun in the oven. It's just a little bun in the oven. On the bus, I can just bing, popping fresh dough right out the box. You know what I'm saying? Bread dough. Yay. I've been baking a lot of bread. I'm wondering if I do make my own TH cheese, if I eat it, can I get high off my own supply? Can I like finally reach weed singularity? Anybody else? You guys all love weed, right? Yay, weed. I love weed so much. I don't know if you guys have ever done this. Have you ever gotten so high that you forget how your own shower works? Yeah, me all the time. I'm like, it's hot, it's cold, ah! It's like Airbnb in your own home. Why is there cat litter on this floor? I'm paying a lot for this place. That's what that deserved on my laugh track. Come on, laugh track, come back. There it is. Yay, you'll hear it on the Mutiny radio later. It's so hard to try to, just to lower the veil. It's so hard to be happy when you can't hear any laughter. I was actually at Trader Joe's today. I was in a 35-minute line waiting to get my groceries for the next 2 weeks. And there was a person who was like busking, and there's an audience of 50 people and they're all standing there. And so I want to go out there tomorrow and tell jokes because they're all standing there and everyone is frowning. And I feel like that is a place to have a captive audience outside of Trader Joe's. It was fun today. I went in and the only good thing about Trader Joe's right now is they've reduced the price of $2 chuck back to $2. Everybody excited about that? I love $2 chuck. I wrote an ode to it a long time ago. It was anyways, I don't know what I want to do. I'm so sad. Every joke I try to tell, it just makes me more and more despondent. Other new bread-based material. I'm done. Bye. No, seriously, I'm done. I can't. I'm too sad. I can't do it. I can't even try to joke.
This is Pam gets special privileges on any show that I do because she made the mistake of helping me out once. And don't this is why I'm not doing not that I ever would because of my security clearance, but I can't do weed right now. Normally I like that little bit of paranoia, but right now there's enough actual problems. It's not solving them, and it's certainly not doing anything creatively for me. These are truly weird days. Gotta tell you, I actually I kind of feel bad that we didn't tell more people about this. Oh yeah, and every comedian comes with his own joke. So this is my shelf isolation. Oh yeah, that's, yeah, visual puns, people, visual puns. That's how bad it's got. No, I think we all need to look inwards to examine our souls, ourselves, our entire physical makeup, and understand that Michelle Bachmann was right when she says that, let me quote from her recent interview, "We strayed so far from God into sexual immoralities, such as a homosexual lifestyle, masturbation, and porn. Is it any wonder God is mad?" And I'm like, God should be happy. Those are the things people do to keep out of trouble. You should see what happens when they can't play with their toys. No, these are interesting days. I've screwed up my my little system here with conversations and no Warhol. So it is my distinct pleasure, all the way from I think Whataburger. No, Arby. Oh my God, he's got the meat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the microphone, Kevin Quigley.
Hi, I'm unmuted, gang. Am I on the screen? Am I live on the TV? Am I on the?
You are live, and I'm staring. It's Dunkin's on the tiny screen. It looked like Arby's all the way from Dunkin'.
You're the big guy on my machine. Am I the big guy on everyone else's machine? Am I like the big one, the big window? Am I on the YouTube? Is everyone seeing me? Okay, yeah, I'm here. I'm live from Dunkin' Donuts, kid, because this is Boston. What if Jesus had a Boston accent? I don't know. He'd probably sound like, hey, yo, why don't we, kid? This retard was trying to tell me we shouldn't heal the fucking sick. I said, no, don't be retarded. It's kind of a one note bit, clearly. Dude, why aren't we feeding the poor, clothing the naked? These are the fucking Beatitudes, motherfucker. Didn't you hear it down by, you don't catch me in Revere. I've been carrying the cross, getting swole. All right, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not actually at Dunkin' Donuts, and that's not even my real voice. Here I am right now. Actually, I'm on the front lines, ushering away all of the homeless people in the state of California to Guantanamo Bay, where they will be given a thorough deep cleaning for the coronavirus crisis. So I just saw Nathan's picture. I'm going to try not to laugh about it. Oh, guys, tough times, tough times. I'm sitting here. I'm having a great. I'm not going to do any my actual material, by the way, because that's just sad. That's literally just a small child feeding his dead goldfish. I'm not even going to do an act out of that because it was already a Family Guy cutaway many years ago, and I don't want to feel like I'm ripping off Family Guy. But that's what it feels like. These people getting, oh, I was on the subway the other day. No, you weren't, you retard. No one believes you. I was on Tinder and I was trying to get this girl to meet up with me. I was like, what, do you want to die? You can't use the same shit. It's very dumb. You guys have noticed that, when I go to the movie theater and and I'm talking to the woman and she says enjoy the movie and I say you too. I was like, none of this is happening, folks. God damn it. I'm drinking a Whirlpool. Night shift Whirlpool. Oh, I just fucking tapped. That's pretty cool. In fact, I can tap it into existence. Cool. Okay, anyways, that's a local brand of beer. I like, to support my local businesses in this trying time. Honestly, might be wider than that. Another famous thing that Boston was famous for is that we housed the sexiest terrorist of all time, folks, right? Sexy terrorist. I can't tell if you know who I'm talking about. There's 4 people dead, including one MIT police officer who was shot. I think that was actually 5. And, the internet agreed that terrorist who did all those attacks was a snack. So that's a thing we're famous for. I actually ran the Boston Marathon that year. No, I didn't. I ran it a different year. I was about to do material from like the first 6 months where I started doing comedy, and then I like fucked up the joke because I hadn't told him so long, because it's not even that good of a joke, because it was just like a hack marathon bombing joke. But anyways, let me pull up my notes. I got a lot of things. Look, I wrote liquor. I'm gonna be honest. Oh yeah, I was in the liquor store the other day, and it's owned by some Chinese people, and they were wearing, surgical masks. They were like, we all laughed at us, and now who's laughing? Get it? That's the joke, is because they were already doing that, and now that's a thing that people want to do a little bit more often. Sucks to them, they're still essential workers. God, shout out my mom. She's a nurse. She's taking the week off because she doesn't want to die of this horrible disease. So, I don't blame her. All right, guys, who's horny? Make some noise. Pam, put on like a bunch of people going like, yes, man, I'm horny. Put that on the track if you can, if you have that queued up. Okay, well, yes, everyone's very horny and everyone's on Twitter and they're all talking about how they're horny. And that's, it's a little bit classless in my opinion. But, on Twitter, you can mute words. And I think if you're going to get very horny, you might see certain words on your Twitter feed, you might get a little triggered by certain words. And like, so some people, they might think I'm going to mute sex and I'm going to mute fuck and I'm going to mute penis and I'm going to mute vagina. And yeah, you can do those, but here are some more tricky words that you should mute. Here's a long list of tricky words that you should mute to prevent yourself from accidentally getting horny when you scroll through Twitter. And you can just have a nice, safe Twitter experience where it's just people sharing horrible political views and telling people to, kill themselves over politics. Okay, here's the list of words. Ready? Word number 1, lick. Word number 2, stick. See, you see where I'm going? See, these are just safe for work words. I'm not going to say a number before everyone because I'm going to lose track. We got poke, slide, stretch, come, sex, but like sex spelled SECTS, like multiple sects, See, that's a tricky one. And also, cum was spelled C-O-M-E. See, exactly. You guys didn't even think of that. Wax, but wax, W-A-X, jerk, foot, goes without saying, feet, toe, toes, ankle, calf, open, toad, and shoes. And that is a list of words that I got pancake laughing. Okay, that's all I needed. I'm on mushrooms right now. I didn't confess it to the group. Guys, I've been scrolling down and all these people, I don't really think Trump's a good guy. Like, I think that, like, he kind of mishandled this crisis and it probably wasn't his idea. He probably did it on like the guise of like other people, other Republicans, and they should all be like dead or in jail. Like, who cares? But a lot of these people are out there saying like, this whole thing could be avoided if voters weren't sexist. And I'm like, first of all, you need to shut the fuck up about Hillary Clinton at this juncture, folks. Like, it's over. It's over. It's a done thing. Stop talking about her. Like, well, we could have broken the glass ceiling, and then an infectious disease would have. First of all, you wouldn't have stopped Israel from creating this disease, folks. It just wouldn't have happened. They were gonna figure out a way to do that one or another. They want to get back because and that's. People might be saying, is that I think I got 2 minutes. Okay, I don't know how to count because I'm on drugs. So I think I got 2 minutes. Video off coast, my kids around. I don't know what that means. I think you guys think this is pretty funny, right? I saw Pancake laughing, but now I think he's like solving a Rubik's Cube. So I don't fucking know. None of you on the YouTube can see what I'm seeing. I got a special behind the scenes view. So fuck you guys. Anyways, so I had an idea for a movie, and it was an idea about the salesman. He's got his wits about him, but he's just not a very convincing salesman. He gets sent back in time to the Middle Ages, and he doesn't know what to do. So he convinces all the people. He uses his sales tactics because modern day sales tactics hadn't been invented yet, and they hail him as a prophet in the Middle Ages. And he is hailed by the serfs and the peasants, and he goes up at odds with the royal family. And the movie is called The Greatest Salesman in History. And anyways, one time I was at a bar talking to a girl, and she said, as a fan of science fiction, I'm telling you that your idea is bad. And I was like, fuck you to say that, like, you're a fan of science. What does that mean? You're on Reddit talking about how H.P. Lovecraft is like trans exclusionary? Like, that's not an authoritative, you're not an executive at Lionsgate, you fucking dumb bitch. As a fan of science, you're literally on like 4chan or some message board because you watch too much Doctor Who and you think that, the fucking social values were demonstrated in season 8 episode. Anyways, the moral of the story is that I'm going to write the script for this movie during the quarantine. It is going to get produced. The Greatest Salesman in History. It's going to be a satire for the ages. And the one joke I will say, I've been echoing the sentiment that I think the Israeli military created this virus because I think it's just funny to imagine a bunch of Jews in a lab somewhere saying, we're going to kill so many people. We're going to make the Holocaust look like 9/11. That's right. That's my closing joke. Okay. Bye-bye. How do I leave?
That was an epic set. One day you're gonna look back on this and think to yourself, I could have done more mushrooms. I literally
could have. I only did like 0.7 and I got the rest lying right here in a little.
Oh, I would I'd have a big scotch and rehydrate those babies and enjoy them now. That'd be my life. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your virtual hands together all the way from Boston for Kevin Quigley. Kevin, thanks for being here tonight. It's we really do appreciate it. It's been fun. It's
10:56 the local time here, and as Sam said before he died of the coronavirus, he said, don't ask what time is it there, look it up, faggot. So just remember his immortal words.
We miss him. He was special. He really was. He's in our hearts. Wow, can you believe that we're up to our we're already here at our headliner for tonight. It's a sad time in Aaron Atkins' life. He's coping with a lot of grief right now. He's had a tough life. I've not known him long, but in just the 3 minutes that I have known him, he confessed to me that in high school, One of his educators, the religious studies teacher, was a prolific pedophile. And sadly for Aaron, and I know every comic here feels the same way, he didn't consider Aaron pretty enough to abuse him. And he's had to live with that shame of being the ugly kid that even the priest wouldn't fuck for a lifetime. He recently wrote a show to which was going to be in Edinburgh at the Fringe, and I
Are you
professionally have to
bumping
say,
me? Are you bumping me?
you disappeared.
I've been here the whole time.
That's weird. We lost you.
No, never turned it off.
Oh, well, this is awesome. This is awesome because what this means is I'm going to bring up Nathan Lowe to the mic and spend the next 8 minutes writing more material about Aaron's sexual abuse as the child he still is. So, ladies and gentlemen, from literally nowhere because his screen disappeared and we didn't know where he was, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Lowe!
Thank you, John. Don't blame me for your terrible computer. I've been here the whole time. I never wasn't here. I've been here watching, Indiana Jones's dad and San Francisco's Biggest Loser, Pancake. He's done a lot of hard work to stay the same weight. And John Quigley has been out there in Boston, New York, just being the worst kind of person. They're really bad. I hate people from there. Let's see. Ernest was good. I liked Ernest. I have nothing bad to say about him. Aaron Atkins is the headliner for some reason. Aren't you 9? You're 9 years old? Okay, good. Yeah, we're very excited. Hey. Happy to be almost bumped from a not real virtual mic. This has been very exciting. I'm glad to be here.
Be nice to Aaron. He's our Make-A-Wish kid.
Hey, fuck Aaron. And fuck the horse that he rode in on. He looks like he rides horses because his parents bought him for him. Guys, I'm very happy to be here. Welcome to my place. I'm doing a lot better than y'all. Got a lot of cool stuff going on here. I've been really prepared. I'm like a prepared guy. I'm like a prepper. So I was ready for the coronavirus well in advance. I've been living hand to mouth since January. So I was ready for all of this. I was ready for Corona. I was ready for everything. It's weird, man. It's weird being stuck alone by yourself. This is my fish. I've been bonding with this fish. I don't know if you've ever been alone so long that you bond with a fucking fish. That's what I'm doing. It's a weird thing. I'm living in California during the Corona part. Like I drove around. I went out to Marin a couple of days ago to do a gig, and not a comedy gig, a gig where I was just with one person and I was doing a different job that wasn't porn, and I was I was sitting there in traffic watching all of California just not give a fuck about like California doesn't even have the attention span for a prolonged international crisis. They're just out there hiking, doing whatever, sending each other Twitter messages like, "Hey, I'm out fun with my friends." It's weird being California, man. A Pancake is polishing his picture of Martin Luther King Jr. in my periphery right now. I can't see an audience, so I'm having to just kind of gauge off of the comedians themselves. And of all the people that I didn't think would stand up for any cause, Pancake, I didn't think he could stand up if you asked him. And apparently, yeah, he's a big he's an inspiration to all of us. You can't see it now, people that are out there, and you plan all 9 of you. But it's weird being in California during this. I think we really picked a bad time to go wireless or paperless. What I meant to say. It's a really bad time to go paperless. I've been wiping my ass with used iPads for a couple days now, and I'm running out. I'm running out of iPads. I know. I understand that I'm doing a lot for the environment, but I am trying to wipe with the cloud, and my office is a mess. My office is a real mess. I don't have an office. I don't have a good job. I think here's my last Corona joke. I think that probably one of the best things about this virus, just from the perspective of someone checking stuff out on social media, is that these Instagram fit chicks, they got to be honest about when those photos were actually taken now. They really got to tell us the truth about when they were taking. All of their people on their media platforms just like, is this selfish bitch on a cruise right now? Oh, oh. I look at pictures of myself in a bikini from 2 years ago because I'm sad. Is that a laugh track moment, Pam? I don't know if it is. I'm running out of things. It's nice being like, all right, I can't. She was talking, but I can't. It's unmute. It's not muted. I can't. I'm just looking at her, kind of maybe laugh, and I'm watching Pancake continue to polish this picture of an American hero, an icon. And I'll see you at the next March, Pancake. I can't wait to see you there for all 12 miles of it. I'm going to be right there next to you. Your reactions are priceless. It's nice being here, man. I have 3 girl like roommates, and none of them are home. So I've just been bonding with the fish and trying on all their products. Nice. Like, girls here, you girls have smell privilege. You don't understand. I've been here alone in this apartment, and it's just like Willy Wonka made a factory just for smells, and it's sitting right there in the bathroom. Like, guys, we have the all-in-one, just kind of shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste. You just squeeze it at the top of your head, and then you can deal with all of it, and you just kind of bite the water like a dog at the water hose, and you can go for it. But now I smell like rose water. I didn't even know that was the thing you could smell like, and now I do. My dick smells like an acai bowl. I don't think you know what you're capable of smelling like. You're totally unaware. And I've been trying all of it. It's like I'm Augustus Kloop. I'm in there. I'm just rubbing all that shit on my face. It's phenomenal. I'm a big fan of it. Smell great. It's weird living with girls. You girls are metal as fuck. They're like, you know what like an acid peel is? There's this thing that these like girls do. An acid peel is like, it's exactly as terrifying as it sounds. Each word individually terrifying. Acid and peel as it relates to your skin. That's some metal shit that Chloe's doing on like a Tuesday that you're totally unaware of. Just caking products on their face. Do you love me yet? Is this the layer that you wanted? Have things, they make them seem like they are metal. Like they sound nice, but they're not nice. Chloe's like, what are you getting? I'm getting a sugar scrub. Oh, is that fun? No, absolutely not. Your coarse material just peeling skin off of your face. Just pours sugar on me in the name of love. It's weird being alone by yourself. I mean, you know, we all spend a lot of time on our computers, spend a lot of time on social media. It's nice to see, yeah, it's nice to see these Instagram girls not really having an excuse. I think feminism movement, I think it lasted about a week and a half before they started fishing for the bikinis in the back of their closet. Like, I need those likes. I really miss them. And it's tough. Yeah, it's girls are doing an interesting thing during this too. Ex-girlfriends in particular is when females don't, I don't know. This seems like a blanket statement. It's really not. I think probably people in general, when you're left alone with no lives to fuck up around you, you just start to search through the previous ones. Try to find a little thing. Hey, that up. Can I send you a text at 2 a.m., maybe a little bit of a nipple? See if we could get you back on board for this whole Tinder experience that we had for like a couple months ago, like a year ago. I don't know. This has fizzled out quickly. This has been a very, very strange mic experience for me. I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad to see Pam and Pancake and Willie Juan Johnson. Is that your real middle name, Willie Juan? You don't look like you ever fucked anyone that wasn't white. It's strange that that's your middle name. I know. I'm glad I got a laugh out of that. You seem like you think they're dirty. It's good to see Aaron Atkins here. He's got a picture behind him that you might see for his headlining set, which is an anime girl getting fucked by a ferret. So that's what his alone time has been like. Quigley, it's got some kind of a prison lineup behind him with everybody wearing face masks. I guess what they have their heads down, are they listening to the national anthem? I'm not sure what they're doing. Your host, John Garsite, is a real gem. I met him at the Punchline about 2 months ago, and I thought he should have been wearing a Hawaiian shirt then. So to see him wearing one now, really brings a light to my eye. I was like, that's the appropriate, it's the fucking best way that you could paint yourself to the public.
Did I see you at the punchline when I bombed at the punchline?
So you sat next to me, right? So you sat next to me and you're going,
I remember that. I'm remembering it.
Yeah, I think tonight might be the night I go up, and I never met you before, and you were kind of being a dick to me. And we were because you were sitting next to me, and then you go up, and it didn't go great. And then we decide that we're gonna leave because just not because of your set, just because we're going to the next place. And then you're walking past me after that, Mike, and I said to you, do you remember what I said? I said, good to see you. And you said, thanks, because you thought I said good job.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I've thought back. You know, I know we're still doing a comedy show, but it went to hell a while ago. Aaron's gonna save us. Don't worry. It was an interesting night. I had a set, and something weird happened, which we're not going to talk about it now, but something weird happened before I went up, and I tell you, the next day I did what I do every time of the year in that time of year, and I stood up in front of 2,500 people, and I delivered the keynote speech at the RSA Security Conference, and I did a couple of corporate jokes in my it's not exactly a set, but the speech knocked it out of the park. The night before, I don't know, it was one of them weird things. I committed that there is a post. I wrote a post on Facebook that night after the show, which only I can see, and I've committed to sharing it a year from that date, because I'm honored to have been able to go up at the punch. There was better days to do it though than before you give the headline speech at the biggest conference of the year, and you maybe it's the worst time to phone it in and rely on a British accent, which apparently your wife told you lost 7 years ago.
Hey, I got a bad cybersecurity joke for you.
Go for it.
My coworker told me he had a problem with his public key. I said publicky. Well, that doesn't sound very sanitary.
That is not the oldest cybersecurity joke.
Get it? Because when you see it written down, it's written as one word. It doesn't really work spoken at all.
I know it's grandparents.
I have a pretty good one. You want to hear it? I was trying to figure out which computer language to learn. There was a lot of pros and cons, a lot of them C++, Snake, and please fuck me. Please, somebody out there fuck me. There you go. That's all I got.
I heard that.
Thanks for the time. It's been fun.
Oh, no, thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, put your virtual hands together for Nathan Lowe. Well, we are, we've had an audience on, we've got 6 people watching right now on YouTube, and up to 10,000 people are listening on Mutiny Radio, wondering, have I got enough mushrooms or Molly to get through this last act? And we're wondering that about your next comedian. He'd written a one-man show. He was taking it to Edinburgh, which as a comedian is one of the best things you can do to start a career or end a career. He is only 16 years old from what I can tell. I want to give him some advice. If you're going to spend a week in Edinburgh and you don't want to be lonely, then get that acid peel that Nathan was telling you about. But you want to have it applied to your ass. That and have your teeth removed, and the local guys are just gonna love you so much more. It'll be the best day of their life. If you are a drinking person, and I can't imagine you're over the age of 18, little tip for you in Edinburgh bar: if you ask for a Corona and a lime in it, they are going to tell you they don't serve cocktails. In Scotland, alcohol is served straight. That means you have to be, and it's just whiskey. Don't mess around with the system. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to bring to the microphone Mutiny Radio's own Make-A-Wish child, still dealing with the fact that his favorite princess just got furloughed all the way from Chicago, Aaron Atkins.
Hello. Can you hear me? Great. That's how I'm starting my set off like a teacher. Hi, everybody. I'm not up on the YouTube. I can't see my own face. No, it doesn't. You're still mouthing.
You're
it. Okay.
ruining the magic. There's about
everybody.
a 25-second delay between this and YouTube.
Hello, everybody.
But you look amazing.
Some old bits. Since I've been stuck in my apartment for quarantine, I've gotten lost in my. I started a new comedy type for myself, a new direction. I started on my prop comedy career. This is my Carrot Top box. It's a... All right. Here, I got a prop for you. All right. You heard of maybe you'll see better without. Here. No virtual background, none. Watch. See my prop box. You got the Carrot Top prop box. And on the back, I got my godfather, Jeff Dunham, who's objectively funny. All right, folks, you here you go. You heard of soap that looks like food? Well, how about body wash in a water bottle, huh? How about that? Just a little bit of body wash in a water bottle. Realization, love. Realization. This is for John. This is my British humor. Realization, love. I just realized that me friend wants to do stand-up comedy. And I promised them, like grammar and shit. They would like to do a stand-up set. So I'd like to bring on my good friend, a little Bip Bop Boner, my gerbil. Hello, everybody. I'm here to do stand-up comedy and run away from it. Gee, I tell you, I'm a comic. I'm a touring comic. I'm on the road. I'm a rodent comic. And I love exercise. And so I want to tell you about the shadow civil war going on between the high liberal elites. That's enough. No more QAnon stuff. I told you not to bring up the QAnon stuff on live. We had another bit, you know, he didn't get to do it, but he always says, he's always like, you know, I'll do his joke for him, you know. I wrote it. You know I did. Oh, you always got your performer's head, and all right, well, he was going to perform in the Catskills, right? But they say, you know, I'm afraid I'm telling your joke. They told him, they, that can't do it because his material's not kosher. I said, what do you mean? He's not a hamster. Because ham is not kosher, folks. All right, moving on. Geez, you know, I just found out about racism. That shit's whack. Unmute yourself and say racism's whack if you agree that racism's whack.
It has its place.
Call. Oh.
Whack.
We're going to unite this call. Comedians against racism on 3, all right? Racism is whack.
Yeah, it's pretty whack. Pretty whack, isn't it?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Say no to that shit. If someone's like, man, that ethnic group is less than my ethnic group, be like, no, wrong. We are all the same. That's a siren. I'm gonna wait for it to pass. I live in Chicago. Okay, so speaking of racism, you know what sucks? Washington Redskins. Washington Redskins sucks and is racist and bad. I'm gonna wait for this ambulance to pass.
You never have this problem when we're doing shows at Mutiny Radio, because if we have crime down there, the police don't come for a couple of weeks anyway. It's never been an issue.
I don't quite understand that, but the ambulance is gone. I'm sorry, I can't do hecklers. Where are you from? So here's some old, here's a bit I did for The Daily Show back in 06. Thanks, Jon Stewart. Washington Redskins, not here. I'm proposing new team names. What about Washington Blueskins? Washington Blueskins, the Blue Man Group. And they work with any color man, just not black, brown, yellow, or Jewish. Cleveland Indians. What about Cleveland Indians that were left alone? Look at those Indians in Kashmir or Mumbai, wherever they are. You know the William and Mary College? Nathan probably went there. He's bougie. He looked like you went to a upper middle class college like University of William and Mary. This is just a little bit of banter, Nathan. Don't get too butthurt.
I went to the University of Mississippi.
Whoa, heckler, sit down or else I'll have to shame you in public.
You called it banter, bitch.
Don't make me shame you in public.
I went to the University of Texas. Hook 'em.
I respect that. That's a good college. Anyways, so the
Oh,
tribe,
fuck you, man.
so the tribe is a racist college. And if you can tell, they're called the tribe, even though this graphic, I have a really large printer. So I accidentally print out really large papers like these for fun. Mr. Jon Stewart. This is how low their Native American population is. Really low, super nothing. So what if we renamed, they're mostly white too, right? So what if we gave them like a name that better represents white people, like the Unpaid Interns, sponsored by New Balance, College of William and Mary. Thanks, Jon Stewart. Moving on to something a little more lighthearted. So I used to do a bunch of heroin. Here comes the boom. Here comes the boom. Can you like edit that in there, Pam? Here comes the boom. Because that's how it goes. Like, hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, that's science calling. They said you can't get addicted to a plant. That's what they said. So I'm kidding. Yeah, I know I don't look like I was on heroin. I look like I was on Glee. Like Corey Monteith. What other stupid, dumbass material do I got? Oh, I made a meme once. You guys want to see a meme I made? You guys want to see a meme I made? Answer yes.
Yeah, okay.
I need validation. Hi. All right. I made this meme. So like, you know, like when you're in the office and it sucks. This office sucks, dude. It's just a little meme I made. So you bitches may know me as viral, but yeah, so that's my school presentation. Who's gonna come get me off this stage?
Well, I guess that would technically be me. I don't want to do it, but
How much time did I do? Do I have more time?
You hadn't. Literally, I was about to give you the light.
Perfect.
You've done a solid 6 minutes.
Thank you.
We were all so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm glad we could make this wish come true for you.
Thank you.
It was special to us. It's So that is the end of our show. I'm not bumping anyone by mistake this time. Sorry, sorry, Nathan, for whatever reason, but Zoom decided that you were going to fall outside my view the whole time. This has been this has been different. This has been the very definition of experimental broadcasting. I being serious for a second, be safe out there. Wash your hands. This thing isn't going away by any scientific measurement. We're in this for at least another 4 weeks. The longer we stay at home, the longer we isolate ourselves, the quicker this goes away and we can return to normal life. We can be back in the mission with Pam on a Friday. We can be at the Punch on a Sunday. For comedians, it not having the opportunity to express our voice, their voices, because I think I've demonstrated I'm not a comedian. I'm a fat guy with an accent, but it's just you tuning in and listening to us doing this and trying this stuff out means a huge amount. None of the comedians got paid tonight, and you can see why. But they will be getting their wheat cookies in the mail from Pam. Pam, as ever, thank you for indulging us, for providing the forum, the nourishment for our souls, and the weed for those that need it. I'm on my low carb diet, but that piece of wheat bread is still in my freezer, out of reach of the child, just in case she ever finds it. The Mutiny Radio listeners have been wonderful for hanging with us. I would like to thank our comedians that are here: Aaron, Kevin, Nathan, Pancake. Pancake wins tonight on the basis of whatever the hell he was on and whatever his face was doing that I'm sorry you couldn't see, but we could. He has been entertaining us all night. Ernest, you were awesome. Willie, if you're still alive, show us a finger. Willie, I wish you stay away from the coronas and the nurses, dude. That's all I can say. And Pam, as ever, thank you very much. This has been Mutiny Radio Bunker. I am sure it will live on next week. I won't be me presenting because I have to do something else. But from all of us to all of you, wash your hands, stay safe, and we hope to see you sometime in person in the future. Thank you, comics.